Hello everybody, this is Cody, the Happier Kinder Vegan, and in my last video I told you that I was going to do a coffee taste test. This is still the same day for me, probably a different day for you. You can tell because I'm still wearing my same Save the Chubby Unicorns shirt. And so I have 3 coffee cups here. 1, 2, and 3. They only have a little bit of coffee in them. Less than a cup, and I'm going to be trying out some different creamers today. Now, I'm not doing nut milk creamers. I don't have any. I don't really like them. I think that they don't, first of all, they don't really provide any creamy type of addition to coffee. They don't whip up well if you decide to use one of these bad boys. And yeah, I don't really care for them, so I don't have any on hand. But what I do have is one thing. This is oat milk. Oat milk is right now my choice of coffee additive. Now, what I haven't tried yet is So Delicious. It has a coconut milk creamer. Looks like this. This is the original flavor. And then I also got on Amazon this creamer. It's called Coconut Cloud Dairy-Free, Soy-Free Dried Coconut Milk Creamer in vanilla. Supposedly it's new. And all of these products obviously are vegan. Actually, all of these have the vegan symbol on them. So I know right off the bat, if you watched my last video about looking for ingredients and reading ingredients lists, that vegan symbol is very handy when trying to find products that do not have animal products in them. So what I'm going to do right now is I am going to, for the oat milk and for the So Delicious creamer, I am going to try to whip them up, just to let you know if they do indeed whip up. And then I'm going to taste them and let you know how I think they taste. I do like a little bit of sweetener, just a tad bit. So I have 1 packet for all 3 of these, and I'm probably not going to use it. This is Wild Harvest Stevia. I probably won't use the whole thing, but just a little bit, a few granules in each one, I think is going to be helpful for me. So I'm going to warm up a little bit of the oat milk in the microwave, and I'm going to buzz it, and I'll do the mixing and the taste test with you in a second. So I'll see you right back here in 1 moment. Okay, I'm back with my warmed up oat milk. I just put it in the microwave for about 20 seconds, just enough to kind of take the chill off of it. It certainly smells like oat milk. It smells like oatmeal. This one I've had many times before, so I kind of know what's going to happen, or how it's going to taste. I'm gonna buzz it up with this and add it to the coffee, and I'll show you kind of what it looks like and how it behaves in the coffee, and then I'll give it a taste. Okay, so I'm just gonna buzz it up. Okay, so you can see that it definitely has more volume to it now than when I started. Let's add it to the first cup of coffee. Might be all foam at this point. I'll give it a little zap. Alright, so this is the first cup of coffee with just the oat milk and a little bit of sweetener in it. So I like this. As I said before, I've had this. This is what I've been putting in my coffee lately. So I know that I like it. I have one in the fridge that is unsweetened vanilla, which is also good. And I have vanilla in the cabinet, So sometimes I add a cap full. If I were to do a full cup of coffee, this is about a half cup, then I would put a little bit of vanilla in it maybe. The good thing about it is that it froths up really nicely, and it makes for a really creamy cup of coffee without being too overpowering. I mean, it doesn't taste too much like oats, which is the problem that I have always had with almond milk, is that it always tastes of almond no matter what else you put in it. And almond milk doesn't froth up as well as oat milk does. That's good. So now I'm interested to try this. This is new to me. This is So Delicious brand dairy-free organic creamer original. So I'm going to do the same thing to this. I'm going to zap it up just to see if it does, if it can froth up. I don't always do that, but I like something that does if I want kind of that latte feel, or something that tastes like it has, maybe it's a little bit more special than just a cup of coffee with some cold creamer poured into it. So I'm gonna try to warm this up and I'll meet you back here. Okay, so I warmed it up just a little bit. It is fairly creamy looking. I'm going to zap it up. Okay, so it definitely did get frothy, but it didn't, not to the volume that the oat milk did, but it does look light. I got an overwhelming smell when I was just doing that of like an Almond Joy, very coconutty, as you would expect with a coconut milk creamer. So that could be good if we can retain some of that flavor. I'm just gonna zap it with this again real quick just to get it mixed. A couple quick pulses. All right, so this is the So Delicious brand creamer. It tastes like coconut. You know what it reminds me of? It's pretty good. Definitely I can do this. I can drink this. It reminds me of bulletproof coffee that I used to make. That was coconut oil and like butter. It has kind of that mouthfeel of being oily, kind of, and it's probably just naturally from the coconut milk, which is not bad, and maybe because I'm used to, because I drink bulletproof coffee for a while, might be why it doesn't really bother me. But it definitely is reminiscent of that. It's giving me that feel, and maybe that's because that's where I know this taste profile from, and so it's just connecting me to that. Not bad. Let me try it against the oat milk. You know, it's funny. I said about the oat milk that it didn't taste too oaty. But after having the coconut milk coffee, this one tastes more like oats than it did the first time. Still good though. I think still my preference over the coconut milk. What I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna zap this. It only has a little bit of coffee in it. I'm gonna zap it in the microwave just because our next and last creamer is a powder. And I know from experience that powders do not dissolve well in coffee unless it's piping hot. So I'm going to heat this up and then I'll see you back here in a second. All right, so I'm back. I have a warm cup of coffee now. I'm probably not gonna use this full packet. Let's just take a look at it. It's vegan, soy-free, GMO-free, dairy-free, lactose-free, and gluten-free. And it's made from coconut cream powder, so it might be similar to the last one, with natural vanilla flavor, rice starch, MCT oil powder, which comes from coconut oil, tapioca syrup, less than 2%, vegetable fiber. Okay. Might be good. I'm not a huge fan of powdered creamers overall, but I have been known to travel, and so it would be good to have a vegan coffee creamer option with me while I travel. And maybe do half of this just because I think I only have about half a cup's worth of coffee in here. Let's see how that looks. Just got a big whiff of vanilla. I'm actually gonna zap it with my frother. Just to give it a fighting chance against the other ones that I frothed. The color is definitely darker on this one, but I think that's the right amount of creamer. Because I think any more would be overpowering, would be too much. It has a very strong vanilla flavor. It doesn't really taste of coconut. Let's try it against the coconut one again. Yeah, it's interesting. It doesn't really taste of coconut to me. I can taste the vanilla. It has kind of that quality of a powdered creamer, where obviously it doesn't really change the color, but it adds a boost of flavor, but it has that mouthfeel. I wouldn't say it's powdery. Not bad. And I'm glad it's not bad because I have 12 of these boxes that came with it. 8 packets per box. So I have a lot of this. It was on Amazon. It wasn't too pricey. I think it might have been on sale when I got it. I think if I had to pick a winner, my favorite is probably the oat coffee. It's still frothy, even now. It just has such a smoother, creamier texture, which is what I really like about coffee creamer. This one has such a super strong coconut flavor. Very much like coconut oil. Very much like if you make bulletproof coffee with coconut oil, this is what it tastes like. I don't know that I like that now. I would say probably the So Delicious original is my least favorite. And this dried coconut milk vanilla creamer is probably my second, and then the oat milk. So I'm gonna stick with the oat milk, and I'm definitely gonna use the So Delicious creamer since I have it. I'm not one to waste anything. But I don't think I'll be buying that again. Stick with the oat milk or the millions of packets of this dried stuff that I have. So hopefully this was helpful to you. I only had 3 choices available to me to make because that's all that I have, but I was excited to try these 2 that I hadn't tried before, and I'm actually pretty impressed with this powdered creamer. I didn't think that I would like it very much. Not so bad. So give it a try. Let me know what your favorite is. I've tried a lot of different products. I've tried the nut pods. I wasn't a huge fan. One of them I did like, and it might have been the pumpkin spice one, which was out for the holidays. I wasn't a huge fan of the nut pods or just using almond milk. I don't know that I've ever tried cashew milk. Obviously soy milk is okay. I get soy milk when I go to a coffee shop. That's usually something that they have. They don't always have oat milk. They don't always have coconut milk, but they almost always have soy milk. So that's what I usually get. Soy milk is okay, but I don't usually have soy milk in my refrigerator. So Let me know what your favorite is, and maybe I'll do another one of these with a larger range, especially of some store-bought that I can get my hands on, and share your favorite brands, share any links or information for where to get it, and I will see you again in the next video.